What is going on, everyone? Rabid here. We got a little change of music here, so let me know how it is. Also, let me know if the volumes and everything is all right with voice to music and whatnot. If we have to do any adjusting, just let me know. Hopefully the stream is coming in nice and clear. So how is everyone? Let's do a quick roll call. We are going to be testing an RTX 3090 today, so it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. See what kind of hash rates we can get. So we got 4 EMH. We got Sherm, JRAD, Jarsaloff March, BDDE, Jikoxy, Barbendweave, I think. I've totally butchered names. You have a whole bunch of overclock settings here for me to try out, so we can probably take a look at them later on. Looks like you are using Windows, so we're going to have to, double your memory and whatnot, because we'll be testing in HiveOS. Fans 80%. Now, I have not changed any thermal pads or anything on this. It does not seem to be thermal throttling currently for me, so maybe we got lucky, or maybe NVIDIA changed the way they're building their cards. I don't know yet, but we are not witnessing any thermal throttling so far. Deep M from India. I don't know why I said that. Robinov, Lance Alexander, Fudweiser, what's going on? Matt Burns, Skirm, Automatic Beats, Island Carniverse, there's Automatic again. Kazauk, okay, I'm totally gonna butcher your name, buddy. I'm sorry. Kazaku? Is that right? Let me know. Am I wrong? Yell at me, whatever. But yeah, we met at Best Buy. Just walked up to me. He's like, hey, yeah, Rabid Mining. I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, KYC'd. But yeah, I met at Best Buy. Talked about a lot of GPU stuff. So that was a lot of fun during that drop. Chris Sherm, Island Chronoverse. Who else we got here? Anyone new? Robert Deweese. Goodsey. Getting Ghost, what's going on, buddy? Lance Alexander, and looks like we're all caught up. That is everyone. So welcome everyone to the live stream today. What do we got for viewers and everything going on? We got 30 viewers and 15 likes, so hit that thumbs up, people. As well, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. Let's just take a quick little glance at this thing while we take a little peek see. So I'm going to turn on my camera here, wherever it is. Boom, there it is. That is our RTX 3090. And what I find interesting about this, I'm going to move the camera around a little bit so my voice may drop out as I move away from the mic. But look at this. What is the power rating on their little special edition? What is that? Like their 20 pin or something, which you see in all the Founders Edition cards, 3060 Ti, 3080 Ti, 3070s, whatever. But it only uses one, and it's going to two 8 pins. So it's their fancy little 20 pin splitter here. Two splits out to 2 8 pins. Now most 3080s, including 3090s, use 3 8 pins when you're getting them from an AIB. Now remember, AIBs, they add extra boosts and everything to their clocks, and in return, it's designated more for gamers, because as miners, we do not need those boost clocks, and they add an extra bigger price tag on it. But look at this. This is only using 2 8 pins, and it goes down into their single 20 pin. So I am not sure what the actual power rating is on those little 20 pins that they got there, but that's pretty sweet. It does not need as many cables as I thought this thing is actually going to need. Now hopefully I can get this back kind of straight here. This is a big thick monster. It's a machine, but again, I got in line and I could have got a 3070 or I could have got a 3090, and because it is so hard and you got to wait in line and everything, why not? This time I decided I don't have a 3090. I want to do some tests on it, so let's just get the big bad boy that there is. We'll get the max amount of hash rate this Best Buy drop. We went with the 3090. Now, again, the 3070 is non-LHR. We could have got it for a quarter of the price and half the hash rate. So, it would have worked out to be better to get that one, efficiency-wise. But we are trying to max out our hash rate. I'm on the road to try to hit that 1 gigahash mark. And I am 103 megahash short of hitting 1 gigahash. So, hopefully, next Best Buy drop, something lucky might happen. But anyway, we're getting close to that 1 gigahash mark, so it'll be really, really fun when that happens. Turn this off for a second, do our quick little things that we usually do. Let's take a look at the old Ethereum blocks here, see what's going on. Oh, wrong one. Where's my screen? There we go. See what block rewards are looking like currently, and we're sitting around 2.5. That's not bad. Oh, we had one at 5 here, so things are happening on the network. Maybe an NFT drop. I'm not really sure. Haven't really been following the past couple days. But yeah, things are looking pretty good. Nice spike price jumps. But look at this difficulty, guys. We're almost at 800 terahash. Now at 50% ASICs, that means we're almost at 400 terahash on the network that could potentially be swinging into the complete market come Ethereum 2.0. So remember, as this number goes up, just keep an eye on all the other coins. That profitability on the other coins will be going down. So every tick up this does is a tick down come Ethereum 2.0 across the board on the other coins. So quite interesting what is going to be going on there. So that's just a quick look at everything. Now the reason why I'm testing this this actual board and everything right now, this GPU, is because as you guys seen, I did get, and if you didn't see it, be sure to check that out. It wasn't really that popular. I thought it would get a lot more popularity than what it actually got, but we got that Octominer case in, and honestly, when I opened it up and I looked at it and I kind of looked at it a little bit more, I wish I had more of them, because I want every single GPU I have in those things. Those things are amazing. Like, I don't even have it hooked up yet and I'm excited for it. But before I hook it up, that's why I want to do these tests on this 3090, because I need to know what is the power consumption of this thing. The Octominer only came with 18 gauge cables. So 6 pin to 18 gauge all the way across them all. And I went to their website, but now it's offline. They said something new is coming soon in November. Please contact us. So I don't know what's going on there, but I cannot look at any specs of their Octominer. So I have some of them kind of memorized, but it is saying it does support the 3090 of 320 watts max per GPU. So that's a power consumption test here. We're going to test Ravencoin, Ergo, other things here. But I do plan on loading that up with all my NVIDIA cards, and I may throw my 2 4GB cards in there as well. You know, and then I'll have to run like 2 or 3 different mining programs, Hive OS. We're going to have a crazy flight sheet, because I'm also going to throw my 3060 in there, which is LHR. So I'm going to have a whole bunch of things going on when I do set that thing up. But supposedly, it is integrated with Hive OS. So like Hive OS recognizes the Octominer, all its external fans and everything, and it controls them all as well. It's like literally a smart mining rig. It has complete control. It has all the boards inside like talk to each other, it has a fan controller. It's got all sorts of crazy stuff. And what I did think was originally when I first looked at it, it was a remote switch or something, but that's actually a little LCD screen that, you know, has readouts and everything on. So that's pretty insane. So just by looking at it and going through it, I really want to get building in that thing, but I do got to find out how much power I'm drawing from here. And if it does, and they are only 18 AWG, I'm thinking about probably cutting some of the wires out of that Octominer and swapping them out for some ones from Parallelminer, because Parallelminer does use 14 to 16 gauge wires. So I'll probably be changing out some of the wires depending what GPUs I do put them on. So I just wanted to point that out there. Let's take a look at chat and see what is going on here. Oh, we got Techman TV. Are you getting the new Epic miner from Octic Miner? There's a new Epic one. Is that the one that they got going on there? I have no idea if I'm getting that or not. I should contact them again. Let's look at their website, because I was trying to look this up to bring up the Octominer stuff for you guys during this stream, but it's all gone. So like, let's take a peek here. Octominer X12, but like you click on anything on their website and it goes straight to this. We're working on something really cool coming November 2021. So Techman, is that what you were talking about? Yeah, that's probably what you're talking about, the new Epic. So I have no idea. I guess I'm gonna have to contact them yet again and say, hey, you're having a new miner coming out already? Send me one. So I don't know. I gotta do this video first. I'm probably gonna rate it on how well this video does or something. Who knows? But yeah, so I got this one and I'm really excited for it. Now Techman, yeah, they're coming out with something new. So that's going to be completely insane when that thing drops, because I'm so excited for this one here. Like, this thing is insane when I opened it up. What's it do? Will Octominer deliver in UK? I'm not sure. I imagine they deliver anywhere worldwide, because they are from Hong Kong. So this got sent over from Hong Kong. Anyway, let's take a look at this thing right now. So let's bring up our actual screen. ZV1, boom. So here is our ordeal. We're going to have to, I'm going to try to adjust this a bit so we can look at our power, our watt meter here. Probably can't hear me too well, so I'm going to adjust this to our watt meter. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that. All right, do we see that all right? Everyone see that? Did I just DOS myself? Did you guys see my reflection or anything? So there's what we are currently drawing, mining Ethereum currently. I'll swap my screen over. Let me see, I'll use the draw one. Where I can adjust it as needed. Hold on, get some proper things going on here. So here is our screen. Let's see, just that. So I'm currently pulling 121.4 mega hash on this unit. 351 watts. Now my system is using 23 watts, so I'm going to grab my calculator here and we're going to see what is going on. So 351, let's go 352 because, you know, just because. Minus 23. Whoa, I messed up. 352 minus 23. So we're at 321 watts, so 330 watts. So we're 1 watt within Octominer's limit on that. So I'm just gonna write this down, 329. So 329 watts is what this thing is pulling. Let's look at our mega hash to watt ratio. That's only looking like a 0.3 something. So this is like on the 4th or 5th down the list when it comes to efficiency at these settings. We can do a little bit of tweaking here, but I'm just gonna check out the efficiency. So we got 121.4 mega hash. We're gonna divide that by our power of 329. So it looks like we're doing 0.368 of an efficiency, 0.368. I need a new piece of paper because I'm kind of overwriting previous test stuff. 0.368 hash to watt. All right, so new piece of paper, 123. So 329 watts. 329 watts. Eth and 23 system. Okay. I got everything written down now. So it looks like we're only at a 0.368 hash to watt ratio on these settings. So let's take a look at your guys' settings. You guys have some other settings we should possibly try out here. We can try moving the core up a little bit. I'm going to go to 1150 all core. See what that does do for us here. So we're going to bam, 1150 here. Oh, wrong screen. And then I'm just going to jump into here. Can you guys see that? No, you can't. Kind of hard to see all these numbers. It's probably just wait for Hive OS to update it or something. You built your own powder meter too. Sweet. So there is also a community member that is working on a power meter for myself. I'm not sure. He's still waiting on some parts last I heard, but eventually this thing's going to be amazing. I'm not sure the full details on what's all it's going to have, but initial planning is it's going to have a meter for everything. Everything's going to be labeled, but it's going to measure your power, your watts, to your 24 pin on your motherboard. It's going to measure your watts to your 8 pin on your CPU. It's going to measure your watts to the riser. It's also going to measure straight to the GPU. And then it's also going to have one to come in from your PSU for a total amount. So it literally, this thing will be the ultimate GPU testing watt meter, because it's going to measure every single thing you could possibly measure on your miner rig. So this test bench is going to get numbers from all over the place. Anything that has a voltage going into it, it will give a watts reading, including the total coming out of the power supply. So I'm really excited for that. And I'm going to have to go through and retest every single GPU I have so I know where the power is coming from and all that stuff that's going on. So it's going to be pretty insane when that comes on. Yeah, he does have a riser watt meter. I've seen that, but this one's going to be one step more. It's going to measure your motherboard CPU. It's going to measure your CPU. It's going to measure your 24 pin. It's going to measure your riser. It's going to measure your total watts, and it's going to measure your 8 pins at the top of your GPU as well. So this thing is going to be loaded with everything you can possibly imagine. So it's going to be pretty insane. And I can get some nice, accurate tests going on across all my GPUs when I finally do get that in. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, so here we are sitting again, 355. We're doing 122.7 mega hash now. Can you guys see those numbers all right? So 122.78. I'm going to write that down here, 122.78. 78 mega hash on Ethereum. And we're going to do some subtraction here. So 354 minus our 23. So we're sitting at 331 watts. So I can already tell we went up more watts than we did mega hash. So it's probably not worth doing that. And I'm going to divide that. So 122.71 divided by, what we got there? 331. So we're down to 0. Oh, we got a little more actually. 0.37 hash to watt. So we're at a 0.37 hash to watt. So we actually ended up a little more efficient. So we're at 122. So any more settings? Do you guys want to trust some? Trust the software. Yeah, never trust the software, no matter what you do. And AMD cards are even worse. Like let's take a look at this for a minute. let's look at some AMD cards I got going on here. So here you can see, through these down here. So let's take a look at, well, let's take these 5700s for example. These are 5700 XTs. I do have them BIOS modded and swapped down to just 5700s. They're non-XTs now, but they are originally XTs, just for a little more efficiency. But look in the BIOS here, or look in the software, 73 watts, 80 watts. Now realistic 5600 XT, 65 watts. Now this is pulling like 118 watts. These 5700s are about 130, 131 watts. So yeah, do not listen to software. Yes, you can adjust your efficiencies and everything based on it, but that's only for your total power consumption here, and it is still off. It's a lot closer, but it is still quite a bit off here. Again, here's these NVIDIAs, 3070s, 3060 Ti's. They say 119 watts, but those are 136 watts. So anybody that says, oh, this is how much power we're using, and you know, they're giving you a software number, they're wrong. Right out the bat, just say, nope, that's wrong, because they are. You have to look at the wall and everything. And again, that wall number does depend on your PSU efficiency. That's why I did also buy a bronze PSU. I don't recommend to ever mine on a bronze PSU. It doesn't matter if you're GPU mining, CPU mining, whatever. Do not mine with a bronze PSU. One, you're going to be using more power than you actually want to use. They could longevity that, you know, they could blow up really early. They're just not worth it. Yes, they're really cheap, but they are cheap for a reason. So don't cheap out on power equipment, because a bronze is just a bad case. Now, like for me, example, I got like what, 10 CPU mining rigs now. If I threw bronze across all those, I'd probably be using an extra 200 watts possibly. But, and then especially for GPUs, I'm gonna try and throw actually my bronze PSU on this 3060 sometime later on the week and see how it actually pulls out. But I'm probably expecting an extra 20 to 40 watt draw on top of what this PSU is currently. And this is an 80 plus gold PSU. But again, just don't judge anything by software. Try to look at the wall before you do everything. That's why I do want to check out all the wall numbers based on this GPU, because I do not want to burn out those power cables inside that Octominer. And again, it says it's rated for 320 watts. We're 1 watt under that, so I would not really recommend. I'm going to swap out those cables. 18 gauge I think are going to melt or something bad is going to happen. So I am going to be using Parallelminer, possibly 14 or 16 gauge wires in that Octominer, at least to this 3090, because it is drawing too much power for 18 gauge cables. So I'm not sure why they really put those cables in there. All right, so let's try some other settings. Let's get back into this test bench rig, more rigor thingamajigger here. So NVIDIA settings applied. So 122.7. What kind of settings do you guys want to try? Oh, chump change, what's going on? Love you too. What are you doing with bronze power supplies? I'm just bugging you. It works, but I really wouldn't recommend you using those long term. But yeah, anyway, anonymous miner can get platinum 750 server power supplies on popular bidding website for $16.50 shipped to your door in US. Wow, okay, that is dirt cheap. That is definitely worth the price. Hopefully, you know, there's nothing wrong with those, but that is definitely cheap. Depends on your efficiency curve. 50 to 60% load is usually most efficient on most PSUs, but not all. Yes, you can look up different PSU efficiency curves online, and on they should be on most manufacturer sites as well. But yeah, the efficiency curve is different from server PSUs over to ATX PSUs. Some are at the 80%, some are at the 60%. So depending on the PSU you are using, you do want to run it in your optimal range. EVGA usually has great price B stock to get gold PSU. Interesting. So do you guys have any settings you want to try out here? What should we do here? You know what? Let's try a 1300 core. Let's see what happens with 1300 core on this unit. Boom, done. Give it a couple seconds here. Jump into this frame. Oh, I got to move everything around every single time. All right, let's see what's happening here. So we're either going to crash, or we're going to go up in quite a bit of power, or we probably hit our power limit. Do I have a power limit set? Yes, I have a power limit set of 300 watts. Oh, we're still only at 295. Remember, when you're dealing with absolute core clock, let's just run through this right quick. When you're dealing with absolute core clock and you have a power limit set, it will not go above the set power limit. But when you set your, when you're doing non-absolute core clock, it bases everything based on your power limits. If I went minus 200, it'd go to 300 watts, and you know it equal out at 300 watts. But if you go to absolute core clock, it can use under that, but it will not go above that 300 set power limit. As you can see right now, we're 295 watts. And it looks like it's hanging out 295, so it doesn't really want to do too much more with that extra core. So it doesn't want to do anything. So it looks like we're kind of maxing something out there. So we're going to go back to our 1150. That seemed like a nice tweaker spot. Maybe we'll try adjusting some memory here. So now I'm going to go up to, we'll go 2450, see what happens. Do a 2450 watt. Whoa. Bam. Bam. Oh. I got to figure out a way to adjust these cameras. So I know everything's in the way. I got to constantly move everything. I need more monitors or something. More setups. So what are we at? 122.83, 355. Not seeing too much of a difference there. I'm going to move it up a little bit more. Let's try 2500 on the memory. 2500. Back into here. Pro River, right? See that video with 18 times A4000s? I did not see that one. That's pretty insane. I cannot find those things anywhere. They do not exist in Canada or something. I've been looking for them for like 3 weeks. Not existent. Everything's in the US. We're at 123.19, 357 on the power. So let's just see what happens. Let it do a couple tickers here and let her roll. 123.29, 123.28. Can you guys see that all right? Do I gotta like zoom in a little bit for you guys? I might have to set up some more screens here. One for this screen, one for the Hive screen, one for all sorts of other screens. What am I missing anything in chat? Let's take a look. Hi guys, my bronze 450 sits in the box waiting 2 more days for the CPU. You get the package I sent yet? What? No, did you send me a package? I didn't get nothing. I did not receive a package, Chump Change. Why didn't you tell me about the surprise? Is there really a surprise coming? Or are you just saying that to get my hopes up? But no, if you did send something, I have not received anything yet. Oh, well, I am very interesting. That would have been, you know, I always think one day I'm going to go to the mail and there's going to be a surprise there. One day, but there never is. Usually I trying to talk with companies or whatever, so I expect stuff coming. This would have been a nice surprise. So now Chump Change has spoiled that. So now I'm expecting something to come. So one day I will go to the mailbox and something will say like Rabid Mining or my real name, depending whoever has it. And I'll be like, whoa, I was not expecting this, you know, and it'd be a surprise. It almost happened. Anyway, what do we got here? So we're sitting at 123.38. Looks like 355 watts. So we got to subtract our 23 here, guys. So I'm going to do that on my phone calculator. So 355 minus 23. So 332 watts. We only went up 1 watt. I guess, you know, if I was paying attention, I would have noticed that on the watt meter and not have to break out my calculator. So 332 watts at 123.3 mega hash. 123.3. Now, one thing I want to point out, I had this on the RevTech test board. I was doing 121. When I threw it on my test bench originally, it was only doing 119 before the live stream. I was like, oh, great, what's going on? Now my number's going to be messed up. I'm not getting what I'm supposed to be getting, whatever else, right? I went into my actual BIOS, and I did have to enable 4G decoding in my test bench to actually get increased hash rates over not using 4G decoding. Usually you only need to use 4G decoding after you put on like over 2 or 3 GPUs in order to actually have them read. But 4G decoding actually increased my hash rate on the 3090. I found that really, really interesting. So pro tip out there. I just thought I'd throw that out there. So anyway, where am I here? I'm at 332 watts, 122.3 mega hash divided by our 322. 0.379. So we're almost at 0.38. Can we hit that 0.38 mega hash to watt ratio? 0.38. So what should we do? Let's take a look. Probably more memory, because you know, core 1150 core, 2450 RAM, no power limit. All right, let's do that. No power limit, guys, or at least adjust our power limit up a bit. But yes, if we are running absolute core clock, power limit won't do anything unless it's asking for more power than that. If I was to run minus 200 core, minus 500 core, and you didn't have a power limit, you'd be going through the roof on power. So your power limit does determine right there. Okay, so let's just try TechMan right here. Let's run into these settings. Oh my gosh, I always gotta move everything. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, where are these at? 1150 core, 2450 RAM. I'm at 2500 on the memory right now with 1150 core. We gotta keep going higher. Was that an old message? Maybe I'm late on this. All right, so let's try 26. Let's try 26. Let's see what happens at 26. Boom. All right, bring everything back up. Kind of get this situated so you guys can see stuff again. All right, camera, watt meter, get to the corner. Mega hash, come on, let's see what we got here. Boom. All right, so we are 123. We're not really seeing anything from an extra 100 on the memory now. 108 Celsius for, did I kill the power meter? Oh wait. Oh no, yeah, I don't have 196. We went up 1 extra watt software wise. And maybe a little bit on the watt meter, but oh, we're at 124 mega hash, guys. 124. Let's give it a couple more ticks to see what happens here. Yes, this is what I got from the Best Buy drop, the 3090. Now it would have been more efficient and more price friendly to go with the 3070 because they had lots of 3070s when it was my turn. I was like 40th in line, 45th in line maybe, but they had a lot of GPUs at this drop. It was pretty big. I was surprised. I was not expecting as many as they actually had, but it was a big one. 123. Oh, we're back down. 123.9. Oh no, we gotta try something else. All right, let's give it, oh, hitting too many switches. I'm gonna give it a little bit more. 2650. Let's go 2650 on this map. Remember, there is no thermal pad job on here. This is the Founders Edition, which is the cheapest 3090 you could get for MSRP. So pretty insane. I can do 1625 mem on Windows, but also water cooled. So 1625, I'm gonna times that by 2 and see what that is. 1625 times 2. So that'd be 3250. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of memory. I don't know if I'll be able to hit that. 3250. I'm probably, well, I'll keep ticking up till this thing crashes or something maybe, but I do not know if yeah, if I could do that. 123.9. So we're not being, it doesn't seem like, oh, 124.27. We'll hold. 124.3. All right, looking good, looking good. Wow, we're at like the same amount of power almost, with the odd spike a little bit higher. We might have hit that 0.38 mega hash to watt, guys. We may have done it, but I'm also seeing that we are gonna definitely be swapping out some 18 gauge cables to at least 16 gauge when I do build inside that Octominer. My FE max mem is 1475 and Afterburner on air at 86. See, that's the one problem. Linux isn't telling me what my actual temperatures are. They don't have the display driver for your temperatures on Linux, so I would have to swap this over to Windows in order to see what kind of memory temps we're looking at, because I have no idea. I have no clue, but we are at least not thermal throttling, so that's a good thing. As for the temperature we're at, I don't really know. So we're gonna do some numbers here now. Let's take a look. What is that? 358. It spikes. Whoa, it spiked to 230. I'm gonna go 359 just to have, you know, a nice number. So we're gonna go 359, and I'm gonna subtract our 23 here. So 336 watts right now. 336 watts, and we are doing 124.33 was the last one. So 124.33. We're gonna divide that. Oh my gosh, what did I do? All right, so divided by that, all right, 336. We are at, oh, what? We lost. We're at 0.370. So we went down in efficiency doing this. That's not good. We're failing, guys. We're using too much power now. Using too much power for what we're getting. All right, do we have anything else? Do you guys have another setting we should test out? Then maybe we'll try swapping over to Ergo or something. But we're looking like we can push 123 or something. No thermal pad changes, straight stock out of the box. So that's pretty good, especially for this Founders Edition. A lot of people said they swapped their thermal pads around, put memory pads on. So I don't know if they changed the way they're manufacturing their GPUs now, or if I just got lucky in Silicon Lottery and all the other good stuff. So I don't know. Let me know. What do you guys think? I'm going to put this back down to what was our last efficient setting here. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. 2500, I think, wasn't it? Looks like 2500 with 1150 core might be the sweet spot. How much did you pay for that in 3090 FE in Canada? It was, I think, 2,110 with taxes and everything. So a little over $2,000. So it's pretty insane when I could have got a 3070 for like, what is it? 6 something? 7 maybe? I think it was like 650, 700 for 63 mega hash. But yeah, and more efficient. But again, you know, I'm trying to hit that 1 gigahash mark. I need 106 more mega hash, so I'm almost there. That was my goal, to hit at least 1 gigahash before Ethereum does move over. But yeah, standing in the Best Buy drops, freezing to death is definitely worth it, I think. Other people definitely wouldn't. Tech Shinji did a Pad Showdown video yesterday. Nab seemed the best performance and price. Oh yeah, I seen he had a video happening there. I didn't watch that one yet. And I was really curious. I was asking people about this specific GPU because I did see on Reddit a lot of people are swapping their thermal pads around on the Founders Editions. But then when I plugged this thing in, I saw him, you know, well, I'm over 100 mega hash. I am not thermal throttling. I'm like, right on, I got lucky. So these are the settings I think are pretty good. Now I imagine ergo settings are pretty close to the same. So let's check out some ergo numbers now. We're gonna disengage our flight sheet. Boom. Hey, what's your guys' opinions on NB Miner? As we know, well, I did the short, a whole bunch of people did videos on it. I was actually testing NB Miner myself on a 3060 V2, and I did hit a couple mega hash over higher than T-Rex. But the issue I'm seeing myself, I don't know what everyone else's conclusion on it is, but it's jumping around. It hits higher for, you know, a couple accepted shares, and then it'll drop down like 5 mega hash, and then it'll go back up. So I still think in my mind, just on some quick tests I was doing, I didn't fully test it out, but I still think T-Rex is probably the best miner to use for your NVIDIA LHR cards, because it does seem it's only like 1 or 2 mega hash under NB miners, but it's a constant. It's always at that, and the, you know, your wattage draw, everything is constant. It's staying there. So technically, if you start bouncing around all over the place to hit those higher numbers, it's almost like you're harder on your GPU. You remember, like, we always talk sometimes about gaming versus mining. Well, gaming, you know, it's always giving those voltage spikes. It's going up, down, up, down, up, down. Well, that's pretty much what NB Miner looks like it's doing as well. So I think for the nice flow, constant, better on the GPU, T-Rex is probably still the better way to go. Again, I did not fully test it. I didn't even have it on the watt meter, but just basing, like I said, never use software, but that's what I was doing. I was basing on software, and everything was all over the place. Hash rate was going up, down, up, down. Wattage in the software is going up, down, up, down. So I can only imagine what the watt meter looked like. When they had their last update a few weeks back, we did look at it, and the numbers were resembling the same thing at the watt meter. The numbers were just all over the place. But let me know, you guys, I don't have any of the bigger 3080 Ti's, 3070 Ti's or anything to test on. Maybe it is better on those more powerful GPUs. But as for my 3060 V2, I really do think T-Rex is probably still the better way to go. But that's just me. Let me know what you guys think, because I don't have those more high performance cards like all you big rich people out there. Anyway, so we're going to try some ergo now. Let's check out ergo. I see if I have a dedicated ergo flight sheet. I don't really, so I'm just going to use this single one here. We're going to edit it out. We're going to go to ergo now, and we're going to put in our wallet to web wallet miner. What do I use for ergo? What do I usually use? I can't remember what I use for ergo. Oh yeah, I use Wooly Pulley. Never mind. Wooly Pulley, auto PLNS. Yep, good to go. T-Rex. All right, good. Update. And T-Rex, Ethermine, crypto. My name totally does not match my flight sheet whatsoever. But that, what? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, to the moon. We are off to the races, about to smash out some ergo. ERG. Where's my test bench? Here we are. Bam. Got to get back into our miner. Are you loading? Yes, you are. Okay, let's move this stuff around and see what things are looking like. What kind of hash rates before this starts hashing? What do you think we're going to hit? What do you think we're going to hit? What does what the mine say we're going to hit anyway? I'm going to check out what the mine right quick. You guys probably can't see this. What the mine 3090 on ergo is saying. It is saying 238 mega hash at 240 watts. So Not the greatest when it does come to ergo, because your mega hash should be higher than your watts. Just because most GPUs are in the NVIDIA side, but the 3090 doesn't look like it is. But we're going to find out for sure, because what to mine isn't always 100% accurate. So here we are. We're going to see what we're going to get here. We are at 243. What did mine say? 238. So we're already ahead of what to mine. It is saying 240 watts. So we're all right. So we already have more mega hash for less watts, I'm thinking, by looking at this. So let's go 254. So 254 subtract 23. So we're at 231 watts. What to mine said we would use 240. So we are 9 watts less than what to mine. Oh, wrong screen there. 9 watts less than what to mine, and we're at 243 mega hash, which is like, 4 or 5 mega hash above what to mine is telling us. So we're using less watts and getting more mega hash. So we're already looking better. See, that's how we mean what to mine isn't always accurate. It's pretty close to get a quick idea on how something could do, but unless you actually test it out yourself, you can see here that our numbers are different. We are producing more for less power, which is actually, we have more mega hash now than power being used, which is a plus side. But consume less power than MB miner. Got the same 3060 at 30 mega hash. 3060 V2. Well, I can show you what I am using right now with T-Rex. My 3060 on my test rig is at 31. Now, usually it averages out about 33 mega hash. So right now you can see it's 31 mega hash. This 3060. I'm usually around 33 mega hash using T-Rex. See, we just bounced up to 32.49. So this is T-Rex miner on the 3060 version 2. 32.4 power limits at 105. I think I'm only using like 110 watts or something. I gotta put that back on the watt meter to actually confirm that sometime, but I really do like, and with MB miner I was getting about 36 mega hash with this GPU, but again it jumped down to 28 mega hash and it go back up to 34, 35, and then go down to 30, 28, 27. So it was all over the place. And T-Rex is always within 1 or 2 mega hash at the same constant power. So that's why I still prefer T-Rex over MB miner. Again, bigger GPUs could be a totally different story. And we don't even know what 100% of the LHR is. Think about it. The 3070 Ti is supposed to be, it's slightly under the 3080, but better than the 3070. But when you look back at the 1660 Supers and the 1660 Ti's, they all hash the same. So what actually is the 100%? The memory and stuff is still the same in them. So the Ti counterpart may only be 100% of its lower. Job not found. Never mind, I thought something bad happened here, but this is just job not found. So that has something to do with either my internet connection or, the pool has failed miserably or something. Who knows? But back to that thing. So a 3080 Ti, I'm assuming it'll be at least this 100% unlock would be the same as the 3080, maybe a little bit more. And the 3070 Ti would be the same as the 3070, maybe a little bit more. Again, we do not know the 100% LHR unlock numbers because they've always been LHR right off the get-go. But if we look at what actually is in them and all they really have is an increased little bit extra core and stuff, which may see a little bigger benefit on Ravencoin, like we do notice with 1660 Supers and TIs. But when it comes to Ethereum, I think the 100% unlock would be on par with, what their lower counterpart would be, the 3080 or the 3070. That's just me. I don't really know. I'm getting rejected shares like crazy, guys. We got some bad stuff happening here. We got bad stuff. Let's get back into here and see what's happening. Get in here, test bench. Should we crash? What's happening? All right, so we said that 243. We're getting some rejected or something. Rejected. So maybe we got to tune down a little bit of memory, possibly. That could be an issue. Let's get some memory down here. Let's put this to 24. But for Ethereum, it does look like 1150 core and 2500 memory is the nice little sweet spot for Ethereum. Now I'm going to put this down to 2300 here for Ergo. Rejected. You don't want to get rejected unless the pool is having issues. Again, you move the Hive on pool for Ethereum, I was getting rejected shares like crazy. It's the pool is the issue, not the GPU. So it's really frustrating when pools do have issues like that. Would LHR cause watts jump up and down? Yes and no. The LHR unlockers cause the watts to jump up and down. If you have a nice constant overclock setting and everything, your GPU realistically should stay pretty stable within 1 or 2 watts peaking around, odd time 3 or 4 watt jump, but overall it'll stay around the same numbers, so it shouldn't be jumping all over the place. But those LHR unlocks, they do try a whole bunch of different settings and craziness, so they are going up and down, and a lot of other miners, you notice, like MB, like I said, MB miner is one of them. The hash rate jumps up and down. They're trying to unlock that GPU, doing whatever it is, doing it within the miner. It's changing power and everything around, so you notice a lot of big jumps. But T-Rex seems to be fairly smooth, just in my personal experience with the 3060. My strongest card is a 6800 XT or 3070 Ti. Mr. 3090 over here talked about all you with those big cars while holding a 3090. Well, I didn't mean it like that. I meant because, well, it's a different boat. Like, it depends. For me, I try to run as efficient as I possibly can, and I don't see it worth buying LHR cards right now. Currently, like, after Ethereum does move over to proof of stake, then, you know, LH cards won't matter as much because you do have Ergo, which is pretty much mostly unlocked. Now, there is a weird thing going on with Ergo being locked and unlocked. You can unlock more over ETH and whatever's going on there. We'll look at some other time. But when it comes to Ravencoin, Conflux, main core algorithms, you don't really notice it. There are rumors that some are actually being hindered on Ravencoin, but I don't really know how much there is to it. But overall, right now, everyone wants to get as much as they can. That is Ethereum, and you want to buy everything as cheap as you can. That's why I don't pay any scalper prices. I stand in line at Best Buy when I can, and I try to get MSRP and I try to get non-LHR to maximize the money that I do have that I spend on my own investment. Going out and buying LHR cards and using a lot more power to get less mega hash than what it actually is. Sure, you can get more cards faster, but you're also spending a lot more money to do it. So I don't know, for price to performance and everything else, I can't just go out and buy cards like crazy. I can't afford it. So I just take my time. I build slow. I do what I can. And when something comes along, that's just the way I do it. So yeah, that's just me. That's why I don't have those big LHR cards. And I do not have any 6000 series cards either. I should try to get one of them, but I'm having a hard time justifying them too, because the 6000 series don't really perform on Ergo at all. They do pretty good on Ravencoin and stuff, but you want to get GPUs that perform on as many coins as possible when Ethereum does move to proof of stake. If you're only good on half the coins, then you're limiting yourself on other coins you can mine. And I really do see that issue with the 6000 series. Hopefully AMD's 7000 series does fix all this. So let's take a look. Are we still getting rejected? Or still at 1111? Rejected shares seems to be going down a bit. So we might have fixed the issue here. So what's our mega hash at? I start talking away, I'm totally on the deep end and not even paying attention to what's happening. So yeah, I guess we only had one rejected share. I didn't really have to do too much. So we are sitting 243. Power is, I gotta move that around because we can't see it very well. I'm horrible at this. So 253. So again, yeah, we are using less power and more of that. So this looks like usually Ethereum and the Ergo settings go hand in hand. You can do the odd tweaking, but usually when it comes to them, the same settings will apply to Ethereum and Ergo. So we got a nice little baseline here. Let's move on to Ravencoin and see what we can do here. This is where things are going to get a little bit more interesting because it does require more clock or more core and less of an actual memory overclock, depending on the GPUs. Actually, some actually require more memory. So it's pretty crazy. So we're going to remove our flight sheet here, unset. You guys have any Ravencoin type of settings for this card? Because I've never even tried a Ravencoin flight sheet with this thing. So here we have, like, this is old. Wow. So we're going to adjust this thing up. Ravencoin, I guess I have, okay, my pool. We need a pool. We need a pool. What is, I'll do it some other time. I know there's a pool when I do Raven. I do want to try out and test out, but can't get it right now. So I'm just going to go to fly pool just for the time being. T-Rex, good to go. All right, looks good. Update. Boom. Ravencoin, fly pool. We're going to engage to the moon. And now we got to set some settings here. So I don't even know where to start. So as a baseline, I'm just going to go straight into our, our little popular presets here. We're going to pick Raven. We're going to go compile what looks kind of reasonable. So minus 300 core. Looks like we have a nice 1100 here. 2150 seems a little high for a memory, but hey, whatever. 300 power limit. We should be having a higher power. 350. This looks more like it. 13 core, 3000 memory. That's too much. All right, I'm gonna use this one, but I'm gonna bring that memory down. Let's do a bait. Let's try 2000. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens with these settings. Did you test Team Black Miner? No, I have not tested Team Black Miner yet, but maybe we should. I could throw that into the mixture here and see what we get. Someone in Discord did try Team Black Miner, and you were getting quite a bit extra stale shares. Now, there was a release that said they fixed that, but I don't really know if they did. But yeah, Team Black, what are we at here? Oh yeah, never mind. I just looked over, I saw we're over 400 watts. I was like, what is going on? But we are on Ravencoin. What does What the Mind say we should be pulling on Ravencoin? 46.5 mega hash at 330 watts. Well, we're way over that power already. We're at 58. Wow, but we're way over our actual mega hash as well. Okay, let's see what this is. What is this saying, miner? Is this correct? Are we actually pulling those numbers? Okay, 58.65 mega hash so far. Not too bad, actually. 58 mega hash, 58.65. What kind of, you guys that mine Ravencoin, what kind of numbers you guys seen? Do you guys have the 3090? And just so I have a baseline to what to shoot for, because I have no idea. So I guess we're looking for efficiency here. I got numbers written all across the board. 58.29. Let's see here. 58.29. Actually, we need our power. 407, 410. We need a nice middle ground here. 408, I suppose. 408. That's a lot of power. Wow. Definitely going to be swapping cables around in that Octominer, especially if you have to go to Ravencoin with these things. So 408 subtract 23. We're using 385 watts. 385 watts now this thing is pulling. That is insane. Okay, 385. Now we're doing... Oh, we're dropping mega hash now. We're down to 57.78. So I guess I'll do that. 57. Oh, yeah. Remember... okay, this is gonna be hard to do. Ravencoin is another hard one to track. If you've been following some of my Raptorium videos and other things about it, it does have different algorithms. Ravencoin Kapow is another version of ProgPow, which, you know, FeroPow just kind of had adopted their own version of it. So the hash rate's going to change all the time. It's not going to be a constant hash rate as well as a constant power, but it looks like our power actually is staying fairly constant. Anyway, but you're going to notice mega hash changes all the time. What is that guy doing? Okay. So anyway, so 57, I guess we'll go back to where we were here. 58, 58.7. Oh my gosh. I forgot that this thing changes everywhere. This is going to make things kind of difficult. 385. So we're at a 0.15 hash to watt ratio. 0.15. 0.15. So it'd be nice if we could get this to 0.19, 0.2 possibly. But again, depending the algo swap, this could be pretty hard to do. Let's see here. Settings, guys. Do you guys have some settings? What do we need to do? Well, obviously, I guess we're at 341. We're going to need a little more core. I'm going to take down our memory a little bit, actually. I'm going to go to 1600 mem. We're going to go 1600 on the memory and possibly 1350 on there. And we're going to get rid of our power limit completely because we are using absolute core clock. We're going to try this, see what happens. Let's see what happens here. Even normal gamers are jumping on the scalp wagon. For sure, everybody. It's not even gamers. It's just people that have nothing to do with the GPU. Whoa, we're at the 59 mega hash now. Hey, you guys think we can crack 60? Or are we going to melt something first? We're going to crack 60 mega? Oh, we're going down. We're going down. Darn you, Kapow. Why are you doing this to us? Get back to the high algo. Now, does it say which algo you're actually in? It doesn't really say anything. I have them. They are mine, and they will be for the rest of their days. Am I missing anything in chat? What's going on in chat, guys? Be sure to, you know, at me or something, or super chat, or also become a loyal Rabid Miner where I do background stuff. Before I actually made the video on the Octominer, and actually I put my CPU rigs on server power supplies now. But the loyal members did know that yesterday or the day before, because I do give all the insight to our channel members through special posts and all whatnot. ahead of time, so people do know what's going on with the channel and everything that does come in before the normal public. So if you want to get in on the background information, please consider joining the Wolfpack membership of the channel by clicking the fancy little join button there. You also get nice little fancy icons to deal with in live chats and comments and everything else like this. Let me just put them in there. Boom. Those little fancy Ordelios. So looks like 58. We did make it up to 59, but I don't know if it was just a spur of the moment thing. So again, Kapow is a really hard algorithm to actually get it down of a constant mega hash. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes, see if we can get back to the 59. So now we're down to 57. It's like it just swapped over to another algo. I don't know how many algorithms are within the Kapow Ordelio. I think probably 5 or 6. Or our GPU is just crashing. So again, it makes it really difficult to figure out what's going on. Refresh. I guess I'll move our memory back up a little bit, see if that affects anything at all on this. And if we see an instant increase, then we know that memory is helping a little bit with at least this coin. 57.6. Come on, you can do anything. So we're not seeing a difference here within the next couple upticks from that. So memory was not the issue. It must just be on a different algo. So I guess I'll drop this back down to 1300. And if we see it go up again, then I'm going to put it back up another 50. But yeah, it's just algo switching. Oh, it's making it a pain to find out the actual Ethereum hash rate. We did get up to, what was it? We got up to 123.78 mega hash at 332 watts, which worked out to be 0.38 hash to watt ratio, which isn't too bad. But yeah, we're waiting on Ravencoin to swap to a different algo so we can hit that high one again, because we were up to 59 mega hash here. So I just got my first 2 cards, a 1050 Ti and 1060 6 gig, and the 1060 is running at 69 degrees. Do you think new thermal paste will bring the temps down? Well, what's your ambient temperature? Depends where you live. How close together are your cards? Like, it depends on the frame and everything you're using as well. But, you know, it never hurts depending how old those are, older cards. So maybe you have to pull them apart, clean it up. And if you pull it apart, then you're probably gonna have to put new memory pads on as well, thermal pads on the memory. So you might have to order those before you pull it apart in case you rip one apart or something while you take it apart. So make sure you have everything in order. But yeah, for sure, you know, every so often it is recommended to change out your thermal paste on your chip as well as, you know, your pads on your memory. So looks like we're not going up anytime soon. So Kapow Ravencoin is being a pain. Is there something else we should check out while we wait for this? What do you guys want to look at? Are there any other crazy coins out there? 3090. What can you do for us? Show us some crazy numbers somewhere. You know what? Let's try to push this. Let's go back to Ethereum. Let's do. What should we do? See if we can hit like 100. Let's try Team Black Miner. Yeah, people, you guys want to try Team Black Miner. I don't have a flight sheet for it, so let's do that. Where's my Ravencoin Ordelio here? RTM only, Mo test, stream test, test, Ravencoin. Yeah, that one. So we're going to go to Ethereum. We're going to select our crypto.com. We're going to go back into Flex. United States West, and then we're gonna go Team Black. Where are you, Team Black? Team Black Miner right there. Boom. And Team Black Miner. TBM update. What? Why was the data invalid? What's going on here? What do we got to adjust? Why are you being a pain? Disabled? No. Okay, apply. Update. Okay, what are we doing wrong here? Is Team Black Miner just a pain? You gotta add stuff. Server, wallet, template, worker name, ETH hash. Don't be a pain. All right, stop. Let's just do a brand new flight sheet, I guess. Start from scratch. Ethereum. Boom, boom, boom. Test. That one was, what is going on? That one was successful. Okay, whatever. Okay, so we got that in there. Where is test? Where is Team Black Miner now? There we go, Team Black Miner, right here. So we're gonna go into our flight sheet. Now we're gonna engage that thing. I don't know if we have to do some crazy settings or how this thing plays out, but let's do it. Oh my gosh, I should have started. Test Team Black. There you are. Go. Engage. Team Black Miner is engaged. We're rolling. Now we gotta switch our settings before something explodes. Okay, so we were looking at about what was it? 1350 and was it 2500 or was it 2400? I can't remember now. Bam, bam. Let's see what you can do. What can you do for us? Miner. No GPU devices available on platform 1. What are you talking about? Who knows? Let's see what this guy's telling us. Give us some hash rates. Give us some hash rates. Check your DM privately. Okay, DM privately. Let me just find out. Bam. Opening Discord. I'm moving this to the background. All right. Oh, you guys can kind of see it. Hold on. I got to shrink this down. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, subtracted. What are we getting for hash rates? Oh, Bad Cat. Thank you for becoming a Wolfpack member. All the up-to-date background information will be coming at you. You can probably see them now, actually, but don't leave the live stream. Okay, what do we got here? Hash rates for, I don't even know how you read this thing. Let's go into HiveOS. See what it's telling us. 120. Well, we're at 129. That's insane. But again, a lot of people are saying you get a lot of stale shares here. What does our power consumption look like? Same power consumption. So I'm surprised on that. That's pretty good. I wish these numbers were accurate. I really want to like those numbers, but you're gonna have to do a lot of stale share checking for this. But that is cool. It is definitely reporting higher hash rate, 100%. Like, look at this, 129 mega hash. 128 now. Let it roll out and see what's happening. Sorry, hey, don't worry, it's all right. It's all right. Don't be sorry. Do we have anything going on in the chat? What's happening in the chat here, guys? If you see any oil on them, that's a clear sign to replace thermal paste. Yes, Gigabytes. I think it's Gigabyte. They are really bad to have oily pads on them. So, and if they start leaking, definitely swap them out before you fry some. Side of fries? Who's talking about fries? Someone's having French fries? I don't think there's too much going. What kind of dog do you have? What kind of dog do I have? I got a Rottweiler. Where'd the dog question come from? Did you hear a dog or something barking somewhere? But yeah, we got a Rottweiler. Good old Roddy female. So 128. Let's refresh this. So it looks like we're sitting stable. 128.7 mega hash. Again, it's going to take a lot of different testing here to actually figure out if we're having too many stale shares to make it worth it. Are we actually getting these numbers? But our power consumption is looking pretty good. Oh yes, that is right. Red Panda Mining is streaming right away here. But as for the final conclusion of like Ethereum and especially Ravencoin and everything, we're gonna have to 100% swap out 18 gauge cables in the Octominer to run this. So I'm gonna be using 14 or 16 gauge, can't remember which ones I have, but any other cables other than the Octominer cables, at least for this 3090, because we're gonna melt some. This thing is drawing way too much power for 18 gauge cables. Pretty crazy. So 358 at 128 mega hash. So, oh my gosh, I want to love these numbers so much, but at the same time, I don't know if I can trust this new miner. It is too early and sketchy to really know what's going on with it. But numbers wise, you know, it's doing what they say it's going to do. It's saying to increase your mega hash, which is true. But you remember, you know, a year ago or something with the whole Phoenix miner thing, Phoenix Miner was reporting higher hash rates than every other miner. So a lot of people were going right to it. Yes, you know, we're getting more hash rates, but at the pool, you were technically not giving out as many shares as you were using T-Rex and whatnot. So it's going to be really hard to really figure this thing out and see if it's worth it or not. But power consumption wise, it's using about the same amount of power as T-Rex, but in the mega hash is definitely a big boost. So right now, everything, I have to say, it looks amazing. This is great, but I still don't know if it's actually worth using. You may potentially even be losing profits based on this miner because of it giving out too many stale shares or something. I don't know. A lot of people are going to have to do a lot of tests on this to see what's happening. I'm new to the community. What made you decide to start a channel? I'm not really sure what made me decide to start a channel. I just, you know, I was mining. I was watching other channels, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm learning stuff. There's a lot of people asking questions all the time that don't really seem to be getting answered. So I'm like, you know, I'm just going to try and help people out. You know, if I learn something and somebody is asking a question, you know, I'm going to try to make a video on that question, or I'm going to try and answer their question or whatever. And remember, join Discord. If you have questions, I'm usually there quite a bit of the time, and I can help answer any questions you have. Dan the Dane, yo, what's going on? What's happening, buddy? So yeah, Team Black Miner, numbers wise, looking good. If these are actual correct numbers, and if it's working at the pool, and like you're actually, you know, getting shares based on these numbers, I have no idea yet. But initial thoughts is yes, Team Black Miner looks like it's doing what it's supposed to, but long term, I can't tell you if you're losing out or not. So I'm sorry, everyone's gonna have to use it. It still has a use at your own risk, I guess, type of ordeal here. Myself, I think I'm probably gonna stick with T-Rex when it comes to mining stuff. It's made for NVIDIA cards. It's designated to do it, like, you know, it's T-Rex is optimized for these GPUs. So I feel more comfortable using it. Now, where's my T-Rex thing? T-Rex, where are you? Oh no, we're on downtime now. Oh, I swapped it over. I forgot. Team Black Miner, you are getting the boot. See you later. T-Rex. Uh-oh. T-Rex, come on. There you are. I just gave Team Black Miner the boot. Kicked it out of here. See you later. Back to T-Rex. Final recommendation, T-Rex is what I'm going to keep using. Again, you guys use what you guys want to use. It's up to you. So do we have any questions, AMAs, other stuff you guys want to test? Red Panda is going live here anytime, so if you guys do want to go check them out, feel free. Anybody that does want to stay, we can continue testing, do whatever you guys want to do. So let me know. What do you guys want to do? You want to keep testing this GPU? Do you want to talk about stuff? Yeah, all up to you guys. Fudweiser, thank you for the $10 donation with the big thank you guy right there, bowing away. Oh, Dan the Dane, 17 DKK. I'm not sure what DKK is, but thank you very much. Much appreciated for sure, 100%. Everybody, thank you. Was a dark boring Sunday long ago, all rigs running. What could he do? What I do, he thought. What are you talking about? Is this an LHR card? The 3090 is non-LHR. There are no LHR 3090s in existence. So keep that in mind. Every 3090 you see out there will be non-LHR. So if you're like looking at a Kijiji ad or, you know, a used post that says 3090 non-LHR, you can just say, okay, well, all of them are non-LHR. So if he's trying to increase the price, same, because it's a non-LHR car, he's lying to you. Every 3090 on the market today is non-LHR. There's rumors that they might make LHR, but it's nothing's confirmed. This mining, yes, that is mining again. Let's just jump back into here. Bam. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Can you guys see everything? Okay, that's that. Let's turn this off for a second. Oh, wrong one again. Oh my gosh, I'm butchering everything. Here we are. Small stream. All right, so let's just chat about some stuff, guys. We'll talk. We'll, again, mine some other coins. We'll test this out totally if you guys want. Are some of you guys going to visit Red Panda? Let me know. Good, I might get one to put in my test rig. Yeah, it's very fun to test rig, but again, it is expensive. This GPU, like, you could buy two 3070s for half the price and get the same hash rate. Keep that in mind. But again, it's very hard to be picky. It's very hard to do whatever. I finally broke down and said, okay, I'm gonna get this 3090 because I only get a GPU once a month. I stood in line all night freezing to get something, so I went with most amount of mega hash this time. So hopefully next time, I don't know, maybe I'll try to see if I can take some friends or something And maybe I'll try to get 2 or 3 3070s, because that'll be definitely a lot cheaper and a lot more efficient than buying one 3090. But if I end up there myself, you know what? I might just have to go for another 3090 because it should potentially put me over the mark of hitting 1 gigahash. So all I need is one more 3090 or a couple 3070s or something to get me 106 more megahash, and I'll be in the 1 gigahash club, which I've been waiting to do for a long time. That's one thing I wanted to make a video, but do you think the new Intel 12th gen with DDR5 is going to be a mining monster? Which one is that actually? I know the i9 12500K or whatever. That CPU is going to be crap. It's not going to be that good for mining. The 12500K or whatever it is, I don't know which actual CPU that is. Is that the 12th gen one? Is that the new one? I'm not sure. Someone fill me in. Dave Collins, which actual CPU is that 12th gen one? Alder Lake, but what's the which CPU is the 12500K? The one that supposedly, allegedly beat the 5950X in single thread performance. Which one is that? Because that one's a lying scam. That's the i9 12900K. So did you guys hear about that? There was a write-up that it did beat the 5950X in single thread performance. Remember, all this single thread performance stuff is being geared towards gamers, because single thread performance is what most games use. Although some games are starting to use 4 or 5 up to 6 threads in games. So single thread performance isn't as great as it used to be, but it is still being mainstreamed as being, you need single thread performance top. But Intel, they did these tests and they said, okay, the i9 12900K beat the 5950X in single thread performance. Okay, great. But they left out the part, there's a new leak coming out that says that used 2.5 times the power. They cranked the TDP up way beyond what they did with the 5950X to try and actually beat it. So realistically, if they did that with the 5950X, a 5950X would probably beat it again. But again, it's all theory. So they used 2.5 times the power. Also, when it comes to mining performance on that specific GPU or CPU, I was looking it up last night because I was like, well, how does it actually do? A lot of people are talking about this CPU. So I looked it up. It's only got 30 megabytes of L3 cache. And actually, let's look it up right now so we can actually figure out everything. So I can have everything. So i9 12900K specs. Let's look this up. I wanted to make a video on this, but we'll just talk about this in the live stream right now. So it's got 16 cores. But 24 threads. So it's got 16 cores, which is the same as a 5950X. I gotta move this so you guys can actually see everything. I'm on small screen, full screen. Oh, you guys still can't really see. So I'm gonna go to this one. You can see the specs right here. I'm gonna explain what I think, how this thing will do in mining, and I don't think it's gonna be very good. So here we have, it's 16 cores. So it's the same as a 3950X or a 5950X. They got 16 cores as well. But this only has 24 threads, not 32 like the 3950X or the 5950X. And so it has the cores of a 3950X, but the threads of a 3900X, right? See what we're going here? So this is more like on par mining-wise with 3900X. Now the L3 cache is only 30 megabytes. It's not saying what it is here. But it's only 30 megabytes, where the 3000 series, the 3900X, 3950X, 5900X, and 5950X have 64 megabytes of L3 cache. Now to put that in other terms for you, let's look at Raptorium. Raptorium uses 2 megabytes per thread of L3 cache. So the i9 coming in at 16 total cores, so you're dividing 30 by 2, you're only going to be able to mine with 16 threads on that CPU. Now let's say you're doing Haven, which is the most profitable coin on Monero Ocean for profit switching. It uses 5 megabytes of L3 cache per thread. So at 30 divided by 5, that's only 30 divided by 5. So that is only 6. You're going to be using 6 threads on Haven with that CPU. It's a 16 core 24 thread, but you're only going to be mining with 6 threads because it only has 30 megabytes of L3 cache. That CPU is not going to be that great. Maybe on Monero it'll do a little better and stuff, but you're still limited down to only 24 threads. So I do not think that is going to be a very good CPU to mine with. So I don't know what the price is. Also, those Intels running on the 14 plus to the power of 1,000 times 10. They run really hot. So there's some more heat added. You're gonna need a bigger, bulkier cooler, and so Intel still, would not look into any Intel CPUs for mining when it comes to that one in particular. And I don't know how their other ones are coming out, but right now they're just not catching up. They're still trying to gear towards gamers, when I think CPU manufacturers as well as GPU manufacturers, they should start looking towards the future and start, hey, you know what, we need to catch. Miners are buying these are buying these. They got to start catering to the whole thing. If they really want to make a massive market increase, they got to start catering to miners, because they're buying a lot of these things. So I thought I'd just point that out there, and hopefully that kind of answers your question on how that CPU will actually do. So that's right. I plan on making a video on that very topic. I was going to do it the other day, but I got busy with this Octominer and all sorts of other things. But that's what I think on that i9 12900K. I think it's going to be an overpriced piece of crap gaming wannabe whatever. That's my 2 cents. So anyway, do we have any other questions or anything out there, guys? How is our GPU doing? Do you guys want to try a different coin? What is there? Fearopow. I've never mined that. I don't actually, never mind. I can't mine Fearo right now because I don't even have a wallet. So that's not happening. What are we doing here? Oh, we're not even in there. Test bench. Boom. So 123.5 mega hash. Let's take a look at our power. I think we're still in our optimal settings here. I just want to do a double check. Boom. So 355. I'm just going to make sure we're right. So we're doing 355 with the odd spike to 362. So it looks pretty average at 355. 355. Subtract 23. So we're sitting at 332 watts right now. 332. So we're already, Octominer says it's good for up to 330 watts on a GPU. So we're 2 watts over. So now we're going to go down the day, and thank you very much for another 17 DKK. Again, not sure what DKK is. Okay, so here we are at 385 or 332. So now I need to go look at 123.5. Divide that by 332.371. So this is up there. We did have a different setting that was slightly more efficient, but it was in like the 3 decibel range. So this is pretty good. I think these are the settings I'm going to be rolling with when I do put this into the Octominer. I'm just going to write them down. So we are running a 1350 absolute core clock at 2500 on the memory. And remember, there is no thermal pad change. This is straight out of the box on the Founders Edition 3090 GDDR6X memory, the hot buggers. So this is, I don't know if they reworked this GPU or what, but it is definitely mining away and not needing a pad job. That was one of my main concerns when I ordered the same. Like, oh, I'm gonna have to change memory pads, but it does not look like I actually had to. How did the GPU tuning end up? We just ran right through the final thing. These are the final numbers, I think, at least for Ethereum. We were hitting almost 60 mega hash depending on the Ravencoin algorithm. So pretty good there. You could try mining to my ETH address, just saying, oh, we could definitely test it out. We could mine to Fudweiser's Ethereum address if you want. Oh, Raptorium miners. If most of you guys are unaware, our O11 data pool recently did swap to a new DNS provider server. So the latency issues and everything, seems like everything is fixed. So now we're rocking and rolling, hitting blocks like crazy. I think the other day we smashed out like 8 or 9 blocks within like 2 hours. So yeah, we are slamming in those blocks. Raptorium mining has got even more profitable on our pool because of it. So pretty insane there. So if you do plan on like end of the month, I know Flock Pool is starting to add it's done with its 0% fee, so it's going to be up to 0.5 to 1%. So if you do want to swap pools, our community mining pool is open to all you guys, so feel free to come hang out, join out. Support is in the Discord, link in the description, and come hang out, mine with us, talk about it. i9 1209K price, 650 USD. Do they have a Canadian price for that? i9 12900K Canada. Let's look that up. Do they have this in Canada? Where to buy? Memory Express, $769. So $770. Wow, that is the same price as like a 3950X. No, it's a little cheaper actually. That's a on sale 3950X. But yeah, that was way too pricey. Definitely not worth. Yeah, stay away from Intel, guys. They're definitely don't know. They lost that in the whole CPU market. They're out of it. So hopefully they make up for it in the GPU market. Oh yeah, I need to change all my 3090 FE pads to keep above 100 megahash stable. Really? How long have you had those 3090s? I've only had this for what, 4 or 5 days, but we are staying pretty stable here at 123.5. Again, and I do not know the actual temperature on this thing because Linux drivers does not report temperatures in T-Rex, unlike how Windows does. Alien, we're already selling systems with DDR5. Yes, DDR5 is going to start rocking and rolling here very, very soon. I do not know if it'll actually help Ryzen 3 and 5000 series because they were made for DDR4. It may do something, but it also may, you know, wreck something. So I imagine the Ryzen, the next series is the one after the next series will be all probably everything will start becoming DDR6 right across the board. Most likely, anyway. All in theory. Anything else you guys would like to chat about here? Have a great weekend. I'm out of here. See you soon, Rabid. All right, down today. Thank you for showing up. Much appreciated. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend and everything. We have 55 viewers, 58 likes, so that's a good bonus. We're up on the like button. Questions, answers. I give the answers, actually. I'm just kidding. If you guys have any questions here, do you guys want to try more testing on this GPU or anything else? Actually, I wanted to test MB Miner on my 3060 to show you guys what I was talking about, but maybe I'll do that some other time. I'm just really excited for the Octominer. Get building in that thing. Let's see here. Let's see if Octominer's website is back up, or is it still stuck on Octomoner? What the heck is an Octomoner? Oh, it's still saying coming soon. All right, so I don't know what they're doing. New stuff coming out according to TechMan. Budweiser, going through the chat here, see if I missed any questions. Do you think that? Nope, no, okay. Answered, just joining the stream. Thanks for the content. What OC settings in Hive OS? Oh, Jonathan K, are you still here? Our Hive OS OC settings are, can you see that? Let me see. Do I gotta adjust my screen? Let's turn off our power. Move this to this screen. So I'm running 1350 core and now 2500 on the MAM, pulling about 123.5. I'm gonna hit refresh, and it looks like we're still 123.5. So seems pretty steady right there. So this looks like a nice number to have. 123.5 at, what was my power draw? I have it written down, not the wall power, but the actual GPU power was 332 watts. Back in, small screen, there we go. So I'm not sure if you're still here. What miner did you run on the 3090? We were running T-Rex. I did try Team Black Miner. It looked like the power consumption was the same. It did get up to 128.9 megahash or something like that. But the numbers look good. Everything, power draw and everything looks good on Team Black Miner. But there are reports that you get too many stale shares, which would result in not finding the shares, which means you are actually losing out on profits. So, you know, it's up in the air. It's way too early to tell if that miner is legit or not, or if they're just trying to cash in on dev fees before Ethereum does move to proof of stake. You know, it's way up there. You don't know. It could just be a scam altogether. No idea what's going on with it, but I still recommend use T-Rex Miner. 6 months left of Ethereum mining to go, so stick with what's been working. Did you just contact Octominer to get that case? They do have a new case coming. It will have a replaceable CPU. Really? It'll have a replaceable CPU? We gotta find some information on this thing. Where are you guys finding all this stuff? But yes, I contacted them and they said yeah and all this good stuff and sent it out. So now I gotta contact them again and try out the new one, but they're probably waiting for this original video to show up before they send me another one, if they even decide to send me another one. Time will tell, I guess. We'll find out. Try Gminer. It was significantly better for me. Gminer? Really? On the 3090? What were you getting with Gminer? If I may ask. What is this? Okay, hold on. Boom. Yeah, that. Okay, anyway. Sorry, I had to deal with something. I still didn't actually deal with it. Hold on. Still got it fixed. There we go. There we go. Actually, no, that's still not fixed. I don't know if it was fixed or not. Let me know. Can you still see that guy? It's supposed to be disappeared, but he might not be. Check GPU Z and Windows. Bet you're cooking the memory. Hey, maybe, but it isn't thermal threaded. I will try. I will swap this over to Windows after the live stream later, and see exactly what could potentially be going on. Did we just? No, we didn't crash right here. Bam. Is this thing hot? I'm gonna feel it. Wow, it's not even that warm. The GPU is fairly cool. So, I don't know. It's not heating up that much. I can hold my hand across it. 122 on Gminer, 119 on T-Rex. Mine don't clock like yours though. Okay. Yeah, I'm 123.5 on T-Rex right now. So, pretty insane. Blah, blah, blah. This thing seems to be doing pretty good. So, I don't know. I'm really happy with this 3090. Again, should you buy a 3090? Well, you can't really find the GPUs, so I guess yes, but at the same time, if you can find GPUs or in a Best Buy drop and you have friends or something with you, I would suggest 3070s, 3080s, 3060 Ti's over this thing because it is way too expensive for the hash rate it gives. This thing gave 200 mega hash, then I'd probably justify it, but for 123, you can get two 3070s for half the price and the same mega hash. Keep that in mind. GPU Z and Windows, try Gminer, significantly better. That guy's deleted. And yeah, so I guess we're running out of everything. It was a nice little test. Maybe we'll try some LHR testing or something. Oh, look at my last DM. Oh, we have a DM. Hold on, we got a DM, guys. Dun, dun, dun. I'm checking out some DMs. Okay. Interesting stuff there. I gotta think about how to go about that. We'll talk more about that in a minute. After the live stream. Because then if yeah, you know what I mean. For my 3090 50C equals RAM 105C, Mallow 45C, 95C on the map. That's pretty good. 45 with my, I'm running 46 temp right now. So yeah, normally when I had it down a bit, I was at 43 Celsius when I was in my actual crypto room. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to figure out what kind of junction temps is going on here, what my memory could potentially be looking like. Yeah, it could be getting really hot, and you just can't tell in HiveOS. Okay, I'm just gonna double check. See, okay. All right, so if there's any last minute questions or anything, maybe we'll continue some more testing tomorrow. I don't think we have too many rig pick streams, so maybe we'll continue with some 3090 testing as well as my 3060, doing some LHR testing as well. So more GPU testing to come and go, and hopefully we'll get some finalized numbers here before I decide to throw everything into the Octominer. Tomorrow is also Halloween, guys, so stay spooky. Spooky. Tomorrow is missed as the day of spookiness. Spookiness. I'm just gonna give it about 5-10 seconds here, depending on lag time and delays, to see if there's any last minute questions, and we'll wrap this up. Bring everything back online tomorrow for some more future testing. Maybe we'll try this out in Windows or something, so we can actually see those mem temps. We'll see. Let me know you guys what you guys do want to see tomorrow. And daylight, is it really? Is it time switching today? No, I thought it was like November 8th or 5th or next Sunday or something. It's not today, is it? Now I'm gonna have to look it up. Now everything's all messed up on my end. I don't know what's going on. You guys for real? All right, so I'm gonna. It is today. Okay, November 7th. See, that's what I thought. It's like next Sunday or something. Let me check my calendar here. Yeah, next Sunday is the Switch. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. That Dave was on the moon. Yeah. All right, that makes more sense now. I thought it was. I thought maybe I missed a week or something somewhere, or something was going on. But all right, guys, I just want to thank everybody for showing up. All you valuable Wolfpack members out there. Again, if you want to be a Wolfpack member, hit that little fancy join function. You know, you get inside information on everything that comes into the channel. And also, you know, you get fancy icons and everything for live streams as well as comments on videos. So appreciate everyone for showing up, all you valuable members out there. I'll see you guys all tomorrow, same time, same place. Do some more testing. Rabid out.